In today's editorial, well, I'd just like to say one thing. Children aren't a blessing from God. I get it, you love your kids as you should, but your children didn't magically appear in front of you. There's that other stuff that you put second or not at all to your religious views, and it's called science. This wasn't the happening of your invisible sky wizard, or, as tempting as it may be, it wasn't even the pedophile Catholic priest. By the way, on that same measurement, they would agree with you that children are a blessing. Think about that for a minute. So, let's unpack and examine this for a minute. What exactly is it about having children that deems as a blessing? Your ability to reproduce? Well, shit, that's too easy. The mice in my attic fuck more than you do, and the blessing is that we always manage to keep an abundance of cheese and traps in the house. Besides, if your God is your heavenly Father, and God had given these children to you, wouldn't that count as fucking your own father by default? I know the term ghosting is a thing, but this is just too funny. By your own admission, you've quite literally been ghosted. When it comes time to pay up, I have only one question. Who are you going to call? I mean, really, bustin' did make him feel good. Reproduction isn't a blessing. It is a biological conglomeration of molecules. I know it's purely scientific, which rings as bullshit to you. If your God doesn't have his almighty hands in the equation somewhere, then it can't be true. How sad. Okay, consider this. What is the blessing about always being a paycheck short to cover the rent or the mortgage payment? What is the blessing about a baby food shortage or being low on diapers or having the car break down? What is the blessing about the inability to keep clothes on their backs and food in their stomachs? What is the blessing about children being raped and murdered while your alleged sky wizard does nothing? I rest my case. Oh, and by the way, to all of you parents who claim to have kids because there was a huge void in your life, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Your kids who didn't ask to be brought into this world should not have to make up for a life that you never had. Your children should not involuntarily be held responsible to fulfill a gap that should have only ever been filled by your parents. They should not have to carry the burden of their parents living vicariously through them. I mean, I hear the same bullshit all the time. Jared, it's selfish to not want kids. Oh, really? So when I ask you, why did you have kids, your response always starts out with, I wanted kids because. Between the two of us, only one of us was selfish, and I can guarantee it wasn't me. And the fact that you believe that some sky wizard had chosen you over all of humanity to requisition parental stewardship over a child speaks volumes about your selfishness. Congratulations. I think it's safe to say that this desire to believe that children are a blessing stems from FOMO. Yeah, FOMO, the fear of missing out. We currently live in a reality show warped world, and the younger generation is left to see how amazing it is to be married and to have a family. This is why there needs to be a distinction drawn between sexual maturity and emotional maturity, which is what I constantly bring up in discussion all the time. Puberty is the biological rite of passage that more or less means that you're ready to have sex. But the emotional maturity is having the temerity and the mental wherewithal to carry the weight of parenthood. Once you have that kid, there is no turning back. The sex was fun in the short term, but you had never given a single thought for tomorrow, and now look. You're stuck with a tiny human who keeps you awake at night because it needs changed, or because it's hungry, or because it's wet, or because it wants to be held. Eventually, the parent ends up losing it because they're stuck in a situation that they didn't think about in the long term. Parenthood is not the same as babysitting. You don't get to send the kid back anywhere because it's your kid. There's nowhere else to send it. The fear of missing out has led to the uptick of child abuse, neglect, and yes, sadly, even murder. And why? Because someone wanted the carbon copy lifestyle of a family they saw on television? And the mere fact that any family feels as though they need their own reality show for whatever narcissistic reason they have should tell you plenty about them. For crying out loud, America had given us these jackasses. And these jackasses. There are more children in the American foster care system today than there's ever been in history. And that is the direct result of progenitors who couldn't get the job done. They jumped into a long-term commitment with short-term patience. Sexual maturity and emotional maturity are not the same. If an overpopulated foster care system isn't evidence enough to convince you of this, then I may as well be talking to silly putty. So, tell me, how exactly are children a blessing from God? Your God is described as all-powerful, all-knowing, all-wise, and always present, but somehow can't work up his almighty wizardry to prevent the worst-case scenarios from happening to children? This is one of the many reasons why I became an atheist. There's no evidence for your God, there's no evidence of divine intervention, but there's plenty of evidence for your narcissism. Hallelujah.